Hi, folks. This is Joe. This is a Joe Castic podcast exclusive. Our crack research team has been able to do what apparently no other reporting agency has been able to do to date. Not CNN, not NBC, not CBS, not the New York Times, not Jon Stewart, and not even The Onion. Tonight we can tell you with 100% confidence that we have uncovered the underground world of mobility scooter gangs. That's right, folks, you heard me right. Right there in our midst. If you've been to a Walmart or a big box store lately, you've no doubt crossed paths with at least one dangerous mobility scooter gang member, who in their inner circles address each other with coded language such as, "There's been a sale on shoes," or "There's one tomato I'd like to skewer," or "Get out of my face, punk." Well, that last one came out after an attempted interview, but the meaning of all this has been carefully deciphered in my uncle's new book, Dentures Are for Kids, where he relates in detail late Saturday night rituals that are, well, shocking to say the least. For this reason, 3 free air sickness, aka barf bags, come with every book purchase. So, hey, you got a real deal there. You should go for it. Now, since this is a family podcast, we can only reveal just a small aspect of these mind-blowing rituals in a segment we'll call Intestinal Terror at the Edge of Town. Wait, okay, folks, my Uncle Ned is on the scene where one of these events are about to transpire. Ned, can you hear me? Ned? Ned?
Hi, Joe. I was just engaged in some loquacious gyvo-randomosity. If they knew I was reporting this, they'd have what's left of my scalp.
Oh, okay, Ned. If you can, then, just as carefully as possible, describe to us what's going on there.
Well, it's hard to describe unless you've been to one of these under a full moon and all. We're at the edge of town. Okay, I'm seeing things have been developing for a while. Now I'm seeing 2 rows of those electric, I guess, old folk scooters. They're lined up on each side of this long track of one kind or another. I guess this is the same roadway that they used for that final scene on American Graffiti. Where Harrison Ford rolled his, Ford. Anyway, okay. Now comes up something totally weird. I'm gonna have to get out my binoculars for this. Okay, it's another scooter. No, now there's 2. But they're different. They almost look normal, but it look like ones you see at Walmart or someplace. But except they're all lit up with what looks like ultra bright LEDs and glowing wire. Okay, now. Wow, they're starting to belch fire out the back.
Ned, do you mean you couldn't mean that they're lighting their farts on fire or some crazy thing like that?
Damn, kid, where'd you grow up? And it's amazing you did manage to grow up, I'll add. The fireballs are coming out these little cones, out the back. There must be them mini jets you can get on Amazon for these things, or for something, I guess. Except here at Sheesh, man, each one has like 50 of them. Look at that. Okay, out comes Granny Elliott. Wow, that's Miss California, 1956. Okay, it looks like she's standing out in front of the 2 contenders with, and all that light and everything with her pom-poms. Okay, she goes up and now down and whoa. That's amazing, Joe. You gotta see this. Out of a huge blue smoking, squealing rubber, out comes these 2 old fools popping wheelies all the way down. Sheesh, look at them go. Wow, man, must be 200.
You mean their age?
Nah, man, they're going over 200 miles per hour on them, scooter things. Yeah, if you put them together, they might be 200 if you add up both their years, but wow, look. Oh, man, through my binoculars, wow, I only hope they can stop. They're going down to little points of light. Look at that. Wow, all the way down there. I hope they can stop these things. Okay, way down the track, I'm seeing some. Okay, I think those are parachutes that are popping out the back. Okay, wait. Oh, man, one of them's on fire. Oh, all right, there's no problem. The road crew has come out with extinguishers. Okay. He's okay. He's giving the thumbs up now.
Well, folks, I just gotta say, if you aren't flabbergasted by now, well, I guess you may not have many flabbers left to be gasted with.
From around the globe tonight.
Severe atmospheric disturbance. Disruption of broadcast transmission.
Television, radio, even parts of the internet are affected.
Fantastic, elastic ride on the Like Fantastic podcast. Hi, folks. Wasn't that something? We're going to hear from Ned on and off throughout the rest of this podcast just to make sure that he's, going to be able to get out of there alive. And before that, while he is still with us on good old terra firma to see if he can bring us any more nuggets of, that scooter underground, for lack of a better term. Anyway, maybe we'll get more of a fix on this very important subject matter as we go along. Wow, though, who'd ever thunk it? I hear all this is going on all the time on the outskirts of nearly every small town, mostly on Saturday nights. Mini jets on those scooter things? My, what you can't get at Amazon these days, huh? I guess. So I guess they're finally going to sue the president. Well, whoopee, it's about time the Republicans did something creative for a change. I mean, well, damn straight. The guy ought to be sued for putting on his shoes in the morning or for just walking outside, or for that matter, for saying howdy and stuff like that. Why? Because, folks, everything that this Barry Hussein guy does up there in the White House is on the taxpayer's dime. I mean, look at the cost involved when he just sits up there in the Oval Office. Do you think they're going to use normal light bulbs in there? Heck no. These are special presidential grade non-exploding light bulbs that cost the taxpayers hundreds when they burn out. And when they do, it takes an entire Secret Service team to screw in the new one. I mean, this isn't normal stuff here, folks. And how many Secret Service agents do you suppose it takes to screw in a light bulb in the Oval Office? Well, plenty. You got one specialist to hold the bulb, 3 more to spin the office chair that he's standing in, and you got your quality control guy there to make sure that everyone's up to snuff on regulations and all. And then 5 more to fill out the necessary paperwork. And then there's all the Washington auditors to handle all the presidential light bulb requisitioning and stuff. Then you gotta put up everybody in hotels for at least 3 to 5 nights while all this is taking place. Then finally, they get the darn thing screwed in there and they flip the switch and voila, let there be light. But then, heck, by the time they do all that, another one fizzles out on the other side of the office, so then they all gotta shift and do the whole thing all over again. I tell you folks, this president is one of the most expensive waste of taxpayer dollars we've ever seen. Just look at what that old Lyndon Baines did if you want to check another Democrat on this. He sat there under a candle. And George Bush, do you think he was all lit up with light bulbs all the time? Heck no. That's why folks would always praise the guy by saying that he wasn't the brightest light bulb around, because heck, he could just sit there in the dark and be presidential-like. After all, it was good old Ronald Wilson Reagan that took all them tacky solar panels off the White House that Jimmy Carter put up there. I mean, why do you need all that when you got 40 to 60-year-old nuclear power plants all over the place? You know, like the one they got down there in Japan that's generating so much power it just gushed with excess all right into the Pacific Ocean. Free power for everyone, right? I mean, that's what nuclear power is. Eventually it gets out of there and just everybody, bam, got free power. You know, things start glowing, they can see in the dark and all that stuff. So for the good, God-fearing Republicans to go on forthrightly, executing their constitutional rights to take off 239 days a year in order to keep their minds focused on Benghazi, Fast and Furious, repealing Obamacare, you know, those things that are truly important to the American people. I mean, hey, when the Republicans put their mouths where their money is, we all come out ahead, right? Okay, hold on, folks. I'm told our intrepid correspondent, Uncle Ned, needs to break in. Ned, are you there? Okay, what do you have for us now, buddy?
Okay, the jet-powered mobility scooter races continue up here. I've seen, they tell me that they'd rather call them, rather than scooters, they'd rather say that they're Dick Straight Peptos. Yeah, something about Richard Nixon, I think, when he gave us a straight talk, they found out there was a run on Pepto-Bismol that same night, so, yep, the shelves emptied of that stuff, so I guess this is to commemorate the Dick Straight, Peptos that they're riding on. Okay. Now over to the. I'm gonna pan the. Okay, we don't have a camera here. I'm panning my eyeballs here over to the left. I see that they built some kind of stage. What's this? John Philip Sousa. Wait. There's some kind of mosh pit or something. In front of the stage. Yeah, I see it. Old codgers come flying off the stage now and again. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Yeah, okay, they come flying off and into this mosh pit. And then they get, they get passed around hand over hand. Okay, now there's some of the gray-haired crowd is doing some kind of hillbilly Sufi dancing or something. Man, oh man, will this be tattooed on my frontal cortex forever or what? Oh, wait, Josie. Okay, wait, somebody just handed me something here. It looks like a small paper tab of some kind of. Let me get out the magnifying glass here. Okay, he's saying I should just eat it. Eat it? What? What's good? Okay, there's small print on it. Let me see. It says, fix it in and forget it. I don't know what that means.
Ned, is that some kind of psychotropic substance? Stuff they like to take up there at the Burning Man Festival? Ned? I think we lost Ned. Okay, He'll be back, I'm sure. Seems to be in that habit anyway. Okay, folks. I think Michelle Backmann has finally hit the nail on the noggin with regard to that flood of obvious child gangs coming over the border from Central America. Man, they grow them young down there, don't they? Now, folks, you got to keep in mind that Michelle Backmann sits on something called the House Intelligence Committee up there in Washington, D.C., so there is the inescapable conclusion that she must be smart, right? House Intelligence Committee. Okay. So anyway, here's what she said today. I'll try. I don't quite have her accent down here, but I'll try so you get, a real good take on what she said. Okay. And this is a quote now. And now President Obama is trying to bring all those foreign nationals, the illegal aliens, into this country. And he has said that he will put them up into the foster care system, Backmann said in the interview. Well, I will tell you from personal experience, we don't have enough foster parents now in this country for the kids in America. Certainly don't have enough foster parents for all the illegal aliens that the president is trying to bring in right now. Unquote. Backmann further said that the hospitals could, end quote, get millions of dollars for government grants if they conduct medical research on somebody, suggesting that the hospitals could do that research on undocumented children. Quote, a little kid can't say no if they're a ward of the state, said Backmann. So here you could have this institution getting millions of dollars from the government to do medical experimentation on a kid that can't even say no. It's sick. Unquote. Folks, this is a national emergency to beat all national emergencies, and as Ms. Backmann indicates, this President Barry Hussein feller is going to put all these child gang members in hospitals and experiment on them. Most likely as the mass Obamacare victims that we'll all be someday. Why, they'll come out of there shucking and jiving, doing that experimental street rap thing. Probably put them all on buses to the MTV studios where they can further be indoctrinated, probably as little Kenyan-style ventriloquists, with their little hands right up the backside of Democrat politicians, so they can work their mouths to make it look like they're saying commie stuff like, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, and other sort of socialist goofball propaganda like that.
Yet another victim of funkoriasis.
We must take action.
Whoa. Wait, folks, wait. I hear we got Ned back. Hang on. Ned, are you still with us?
Yeah, Joe, a slag a moment in the B.F.R.O of it all. Look sharp in my pinstripes, narco wobbly.
Ned, could you repeat that, please?
Well, Joe, just let me see if I can speak the language that you young folks can understand. Just as the two scooter gangs met, the elderberry stud muffins and the denture dogs, for that final straw hat tap dance shootout competition, there was this flying head. Look, yeah, here comes another one now. It's I guess it's some kind of transport to take them back to, well, I don't know.
Ned, are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Yeah, Joe, if you are truly thinking, then you may have it. Okay, here's one that's coming down now.
Ned, is that the giant flying head of Ronald Reagan by any chance?
Joe, you slapped your pecker right in the face of that one. Okay, the mouth is opening now, and all these old folks are cheering and running right in there. I don't believe it. They're jumping up. They're going. Okay, they're wheeling up. Okay. Yeah, into that giant mouth. I guess Ronald Reagan. It looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Some are apparently afraid. Okay, they're running now. Those people. Some of them. Ronald Reagan's eyes are starting to glow red. Joe, how come some kind of laser death panel rays or something? Oh, geez, vaporizing them into clouds of what looks like yellowy Metamucil. Oh, horror. Oh. I have heard of the side effects from that stuff, but man, this beats all.
Ned? Folks, I think we lost him. But as always, much to the dismay of many of us, he usually comes back.
America must win this war.
Born funky. Get that boppin' bossa nova going there. Used to call her Hellcat the Rat Pack Dynamo.
Oh my goodness!
Folks, this is the cherry on the Pop-Tart we like to present every once in a while. We have a special surprise for you this evening. We've invited the entire cast of the Animal Planet show, Never Finding Bigfoot, to be with us here in the studio tonight. For all the Joe Castic podcast audience, I'd like to give a warm welcome to Ranae, Matt, Cliff, and Bobo. That is, I'd like to do this, but when we sent out the invitation, what we did get back were some official B.F.R.O. sound files that I guess no one else has, so we'll proudly play them for you tonight. This first one was recorded during one of those night missions in the woods, and here we have Ranae and Cliff listening for Bigfoots out there. And now, here's one of Bobo and Matt, likewise listening very intently. And another one of Bobo listening. Boy, he listens good too. Listen to that. And here's Ranae again, and Cliff. Wow, wasn't that something, folks? Kind of encapsulated the first 3 seasons right there, and exclusively for the Joe Castic podcast audience. Tune in next Sunday evening when it's a surefire thing that someone will look amazed as they actually hear a hoot way off in the distance on Never Finding Bigfoot. That's most every Sunday on Animal Planet. Oh, wait a minute, folks. Hold the podcast. I gotta get the door. There's somebody at the door. Just hang on 1 minute. Yeah. I'm busy right here. What do you want? And finally, folks, we've got a very short version of Uncle Ned's advice column for you. Is Ned dead? I hope you enjoy it, but not too much. Here we go.
Ned's not dead.
Hi, folks. Today, I'd like to talk to you about your prostate. Yeah, at least this is for you older dudes, okay? Now, very few of you seem to realize this, but you can have the doctor just take that sucker right out of there. And what you do, you take it home and you just toss it in a bucket of Jell-O and hot sauce. It's a special mix, however, that you'll have to, send away for. So just send the request to Uncle Ned, care of P.O. Box 81, Middletown, California, 95461. And with your included donation of any amount, commonly we suggest putting at least 1 Franklin in there. But if you include 2, now there's a special here. I'll send back not only my secret sauce prostate mix recipe, but also a pouch of gunga tree paste that will actually grow hair. Now this paste, it'll actually grow hair if you slap it on your head. Okay, so we got double value there. Now, many have said on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff that this stuff, actually looks and smells like old chewing tobacco. But, whatever it is, gunga tea or whatever, it'll truly grow hair up there. So, give it a shot. And this is your special value of the day, okay? Okay, where was I? So, if you bring your prostate back from the hospital, put it in a bucket, fill that bucket up with a special mix of hot sauce and Jell-O, and then leave it there for 5 days. Then, after all that, you can take it out and let it dry until, outside, and let it get to the air until the moon gets full. Then if the coyotes haven't gotten away with it, well, if they do, you can get it back. Just look for a dead coyote in the neighborhood. It'll probably be real close there. Bring it in, and it'll be all, clear as glass. You'll be amazed, man. It'll be clear as glass and sparkling and just shining and everything. And then you can put it up for sale on eBay. And what'll happen is one of them gypsies will come along and buy it for their, special practice of looking into the crystal ball so they can tell folks if they're going to die or get married or both, or get rich or get arrested by the government for tax evasion, all that stuff. And yep, in case you haven't guessed this by now, that's what they all use in the gypsy caravans or posh apartments. It's a little known fact, but the fact is that all them gypsy ladies are staring deeply into and blowing magic smoke right there up someone's prostate every time a paying customer walks in. So just remember, you get the truth from nowhere else but from Joe's Uncle Ned right here.
Ned's not dead.
Is the show really over?
Well, people, just like judges all over this land say right before sending all those young folks to them for-profit prisons, we're going to be easy on you this time by not running this podcast out to the bitter end. Or maybe we just did that already. I'd like to thank Mr. Edison for coming up with his invention and providing the resulting endless variety of light bulb jokes. I'd also like to thank our local neighborhood asylum for providing free of charge these sporty white jackets to me and the entire staff. Looks like their tailors are standing by ready for some kind of custom fitting session or something. Folks, check us out on joecastic.com, where you can get the entire Joe Castic series in all kinds of crazy ways. The only thing it might cost you is some small amount of your sanity, but heck, you got plenty of that to spare, right? Well, okay then, just remember it's always good to laugh out of context. No one will ever mind, and heck, sometimes it's the very best way to attract the ladies, especially those, highfalutin types. Thanks, folks.
Comes out nice and wiggly like.
Delicious.
Visit joecastic.com.